Hi YouTube again, Siouxmoo here. I just wanted to do a quick update because I'm back from WithDoll now, and I did finish making a sort of a costume for Rose, and she's now called Rose, she's not called Luria anymore. This guy here on the other hand still hasn't, he's provisionally called Judge. That might stick, but it tends to change. I mean, Rose, who's sat over here at the moment, and sorry about the light, I've got my daylight bulb on, so it's a bit, there we go, it's a bit better. It's a little bit glary. Yeah, I kind of, well, it's really hard to get my camera setting, well, my phone settings right. It's a little tricky. But I made her a little sort of Georgian costume. It's got, how can I do this way around? It's got the long puffy thing going on at the back, and stripy. You've got to have stripy tights, haven't you, really, when you're starting out? Everybody has stripy tights. If I just sit her back over there. Oops. There we go. Show a bit of leg lap. There you go. So, oh yes, me. Yes, I always forget about me. I can't remember what I was saying. That happens a lot. Anyway, right, so let's focus on him because he's much more exciting at the moment. I did fix, you know, I fixed his helm because I did that in the last film. I got his feet done before going to WithDoll in the end, which was a relief. And yeah, it helps that I have, if it'll focus, although I've broken my thumbnail today on my finger, but it did help that I have really hard, strong nails. And I'm just thinking of anybody else who's got a WithDoll who's struggling with the feet, you probably need to get something like, well, not even tweezers wouldn't do it. You really need to be able to push the string around the hook in the foot. Anyway, I'll do a different video on that at some point. So yeah, but he's all sorted. He's holding her roses at the moment. Oh, isn't that lovely? And one of the swords as well. And he's got his belt. He's got the whole costume on. So I'm really pleased with that. I can't wait to do my paint effects on the armour. I'm beginning to see him a bit more. I think he's probably going to have a kind of silvery pearly look by the end of it. I mean, I love the white wig and I love the fact that he's well, he's more or less grey, isn't he? He's that rosy brown colour. He's got that little schmixy thing showing through under his trousers. I love those little gaps. I think it's so well made. His costume's just amazing. Anyway, yeah, the eyes, his eyes, these were actually a gift from, and you can't really see the effect. Let me see if I can move the light and see if we can get an effect going on. Not really. They kind of reflect. They're a kind of gold and red. No, the angle's not going to do it. And anyway, Mother Tiggy on Den of Angels gave me a pair of eyes when we were at WithDoll. She had a spare pair and she didn't want them, they weren't her thing. So they were the only ones to hand, so I put them in him because unfortunately the eyes that I wanted sent in time didn't quite make it. They didn't pick up my message quickly enough, even though they sent them really fast. From Korea, I think it got to my house in about 5 days, which is like mega fast considering how long you have to wait for dolls usually. But in the end, they sent me a second helm which was all in place. It was in a massive box and it was really well bubble wrapped, so there's no glue showing and it's all very well done and everything. But it doesn't have the magnets or anything in, so they sent an extra little tiny package with the magnets. There they are in there, and there's the side piece as well. And look, they even hand drew which magnets to put in which side. So, you know, for people that get their polarities mixed up when they're doing magnets in heads and things. I can't go wrong there. So I'm keeping that all to one side anyway, and I'm not going to build that yet because I did do a reasonably good job on the other one. So that's all fixed for now with super glue. And funnily enough, the little thing on his belt did drop off from use. You know, I packed it and then I unpacked it, then I put it on and took it off, and put it on and took it off, and it popped off, and I found out that that had been hot glued on as well. Eyeballs that they sent me, I did ask in the mail, you know, on the chance if they can get me pale eyeballs, that would be great. But I wasn't, you know, I didn't hold them to it. They did in the end send me a green pair. Actually, I can hold them up because, yeah, it's good that I've got the light on. You can see in there, they're glib eyes as well. They're really nice, really pretty green pair. And they sent me a blue pair, which, of course, Rose has now inherited. And I just, hang on. They're stunning. Look at that. I love those eyes. They're so blue as well. I don't know where, yeah, the left, that's a good shot there. I don't know if she'll keep them because the dark eyes did actually look quite good in her before. She does look a little bit, I don't know, beach babe with pale blue eyes like that, and I want her, eventually I want her to look street urchin, because that's the look I'm going for. And I took some props with me. Here's my, oh dear, the mess. I had all sorts of things. I had a funny little bear. This is a Mr. Bean bear. It's like a replica of Mr. Bean's toy. And it came in a shower gel pot, and this was the lid. And I used this for carrying around his spare head because it looks like Futurama. I think that's hysterical. But this, I found this, and these are quite, you can get these anywhere. When you go on holiday in England, most of the gift shops carry little, where's the box? I've got the box down here or something, die-cast miniatures that are usually things like pencil sharpeners. There you go, there's a hole. So I can sharpen my watercolour pencils and use a prop at the same time. And she had this with her. I want to make her a little matchbox with matches in it so she can be a little match girl. So that was fun. And I also do have a couple of little apple dolls, but they're miniature little apple dolls as well. I mean, they're little apple dolls. And so this is, it's worth Googling little apple dolls. They've got really nice little backstory. And I thought, as she's a sort of little orphan Rose, having an in-between doll is quite good for her. And plus it gives them more, if I want to go for like a modern feel, or a goth, or a, you know, steampunk, whatever the future holds, this is quite a nice little toy for her to have. And also, of course, the traditional teddy bear. I've got a nice little miniature sort of jointed teddy bear, which I can make to look old, or, well, it does look old, but you know, I can do stuff to that. And also, in my stuff, I found a little broken silver mirror, which is actually perfect for her as a little handheld mirror, and she can look at that, a broken mirror, oh, from her broken life, oh. And they're her old eyes, the navy blue ones, which are still nice in their own right. And I don't know about the dome thing. You see, I used to see the dome eyeballs. You can see that. I don't know if you can see very well. They kind of have a pointy bit on the top. And when I saw pictures of them online, I thought, oh, that's really odd. I don't like that. When I've got them, though, once they're in, they actually work really well. And what I like about them, even though they've got a dome, is that highlight. Hang on. That highlight in her eye, that offsets and becomes extremely 3D. It gives a lot of depth on the actual outer plastic dome. Whereas if it was a flat eye, I'm not sure that there'd be quite so much reflection. And I really like that. Oh, we got little freebies at WithDoll as well, and I was really chuffed. I got a little skirt. It doesn't really suit her, unfortunately, but it was really sweet to actually get some clothes, because I still haven't got my extras from Angel Dolls, and I have since found out that Angel Dolls are going to be closing their online presence. I think they're going to be opening a store in London, but they're not dealing online anymore, so I'm a bit worried about the extra bits and bobs that I need to get yet, like the magic eraser and stuff like that. But I also got this skirt, which I actually have been putting on her as like a dress, because it's really nice. It's just plain cotton and it's white inside, so there's no risk of her getting stained or anything. But I just thought it was ironic that it says love that way around, but from her perspective it's got the word happy all over it. Look at her face. I think she does need a constant reminder of that. So that made me giggle. And yeah, and there was one more thing that I wanted to do, and this was for a user called Kim in Horrorland, who's done her Alice cosplay costume and everything, and she's been to various expos and that. But I think I made a comment on her site that I'd have to show her my copy of Alice in Wonderland, and this is it. It's a really old copy, and it's all sort of leather bound and embossed. And there we go. That's the crossroads and the sign. And I just thought I'd show this, and I know lots of BJD fans are into Alice in Wonderland. There we go. There, now look at that. She's in a pink dress with a red ribbon, and there's nothing blue about her except for the little ribbons in her hair. Rabbit's blue, but there's nothing blue about Alice, and I think Disney has a lot to answer for. But it's such a lovely book. I mean, the pages, you should feel them. They're really thick, and yeah. So that's my pride and joy. Oh, sorry. Stick it away down there. Okay, I think I've covered everything that I wanted to update. Oh yes, that was the last thing. This chap over here, who was always in the background of my previous videos when I was going on about his big wig. Well look, he has no big wig anymore because I sold it. And I was really chuffed to sell it as well, because I took, like, I didn't know what to take and what I'd need, and whether in the workshops we'd actually be doing stuff or watching other people. And of course when I got there I realised it was watching other people, but I'd taken all my stuff anyway. And as I pulled him out of the bag and I said to the girl next to me, what do you think? She said, oh wow, that's brilliant. You should sell that. People pay loads of money for mohair wigs. I was like, oh really? So I, you know, on a whim, I put it on the Bring and Buy store and somebody bought it. So given that's the case, I will probably get my sewing machine back out and some more mohair and stuff, and make a few more of those. Because it was really good, but obviously I've only got a floating head and I want to practice face-ups on him, so there's no point in him having much of a wig really. But I just did it whilst I was waiting the long wait for my lovely dolls to arrive. So yes, I've still got a lot to do. I wouldn't mind putting him in some casual clothes as well at some point. And I've got to make her clothes properly as well. I didn't bother entering the clothing competition because everybody else's dolls were just amazing. So I suggest have a look at my other little video, which was a quick whip round, and enjoy that. And I will update again soon. Thank you. Oh yes, I am still here. Sorry, I'm just rubbish at showing myself on film. So thank you, bye.